Last lecture we have already discussed basic terminologies of bookkeeping and accountancy. I think 4 definitions were done with you: bookkeeping, transaction, capital and drawings. Next we are starting with assets. What is the meaning of assets in a business? Assets means property of any kind, whether movable or immovable, owned by a businessman for his own business and not for resale, is called assets. Once again, assets means property of any kind, whether movable or immovable, owned by a businessman for his own business and not for resale, is called assets. Now you think, what is the meaning of assets? It means if I am a businessman, I am starting my classes, I need so many things to bring in. Whatever assets, whatever property or whatever items I have brought in for my business to run my business is called my assets. Now I have purchased this classroom. This I will keep for my business, so it is called as my assets. I have installed furniture here. It is for permanent purpose to run my classes. It is must. So it is called my assets. So assets means property of any kind, whether movable or immovable, owned by a businessman for his own business and not for resale, is called his assets. It means I have a car, I need a vehicle for my business purpose, I have brought that is called my assets. That I am not going to sell to somebody. If somebody approaches me, sir, आपका ये room classroom मुझे दे दो. Sir, give me your benches. That I am not going to give to anyone. So it is called my assets. Now slight difference, see the difference, then you will come to know what is the meaning of assets. Now next definition is goods. Now what is the meaning of goods? Goods means items or commodities in which the trader deals. Trader means businessman. Items or commodities in which the trader deals are called goods. Now you will say, what is goods and how dealing? It means if I am buying some item and same items are sold to someone else, but I am buying for the purpose of sale only, then that is called my goods. Now I am giving you example. If I am a stationery merchant, I have got a stationery shop, then I will buy stationery from wholesale other market or someone manufacturer, that I will bring to my shop and I will sell it to my students. Then it is called my goods. But suppose another example, I am a furniture dealer, I am selling furniture. So whatever furniture is kept in my showroom is called my goods. The table which I am using for myself, where I am sitting, that is my asset. So you cannot ask me, sir, give your table on which you are sitting, because it is my asset. It is I am using for my business only and not for sale. So it is my asset. See the difference. And the other items kept on a showcases or whatever is recorded or put in my showroom is called my goods, because that items are kept for sale only. So now see, from these two difference between two, you can easily understand what is asset and what is goods. Goods means items or commodity in which the trader deals are called goods, and assets means assets means property of any kind, whether movable or immovable, owned by a businessman for his own business and not for resale, is called assets. See, vehicle is a movable asset, room or a land or a building is called immovable assets. There are different types of assets. There is no need to discuss now at this stage. Current assets, fixed asset, intangible assets. We do not require to discuss now. Just get a brief idea. So easily you can come to learn what about the bookkeeping and accountancy. Clear to all of you? So once again, if you want, I can repeat this too: assets and goods. Assets means property of any kind, whether movable or immovable, stick with it, one place only, movable or immovable, owned by a businessman for his own business and not for resale is called assets. Example, land, building, vehicle are called my assets, which are I am using for my business purpose only and not for resale. If somebody approaches me, sir, give me this item, I will say no, this is for my business purpose, so it is called my asset. Goods, next immediately you learn goods. Goods means items or commodities in which the trader deals. Trader means businessman. If I am a businessman, I am buying certain item from someone and selling to someone. I am bringing for selling purpose only. My intention is to bring the items and sell it to customers, and that is called my goods. Is it clear to all of you? I gave you an example of stationery merchant, furniture dealer. That is also will make clear that what is the difference between these assets and goods in a business. Clear to all of you? Now see the next one. Debtor. Now see, you can pronounce as a debtor also, B is silent here, debtor. Now try to remember. Debtor means a person from whom we have to receive some amount for goods or services provided earlier on credit. Debtor means a person. Debtor means a person. Remember this word. Debtor means a person from whom we have to receive some amount for goods or services provided earlier on credit. Now I am giving you my example only. You have come to my class. You have not paid the fees. You said, sir, I will pay you next month because today is the 25th or 27th or whatever may be the date. After next month, after 15 days or 10 days or in the next month, beginning of the next month, you are going to make my payment of my fees. Then as on today, you are sitting in my class without making payment of fees. So I can say, I will ask you, what is your name, where you stay, everything, your details will be taken because I know I have to receive money from you in future. So I can say, you are my debtor. If you have not paid the amount, I am delivering a lecture, my service is given to you, but you have not paid for that. So I have to recover money from you. Then I can say, you are my debtor. Debtor means a person from whom we have to receive some amount for the goods or services provided on credit. All of you are aware with the credit transaction. So you can relate this to what is the meaning of credit transaction and credit transaction of the year. This is a credit type of transaction. I have given you services, but I have not recovered money from you. I have not taken money from you. Then this is called as a credit transaction, and we can say, I can say, you are my debtor. Debtor means a person from whom we have to receive some amount. See, I am a businessman. As a business, think that I am a business. I am talking from my side. As debtor means a person from whom we have to receive some amount for goods or services provided earlier on credit. Clear to all of you? See the next one. Exactly opposite to this. Creditor. Creditor means a person to whom we have to pay some amount for goods or services taken earlier on credit. See, exactly opposite to debtor. A person to whom we have to pay some amount for goods or services taken earlier on credit. We will continue with the same example. Now see, as I told you, as a teacher, you have not paid, as a student, you have not paid fees to your teacher. So for a teacher, student is a debtor. But at the same time, you have not paid the fees to me. It means you can say, sir is my creditor, because you have to pay some amount to your sir. So for you, your sir is a creditor. A person to whom you have to make some payment is called your creditor. Is it clear to all of you with the same example? Now next one, we can discuss next also, liability. Liability. Liability means what? Very simple. See, in common language, what you say in a day-to-day language? I am responsible. I have some responsibility to make payment to my friend. I have borrowed some money from my friend. I have to make payment to my friend too. So this is called your responsibility. Now in responsibility in a common language, but in accountancy term we treat record word as a liability. Liability means debt, D-E-B-T, debt or an amount payable by one person to another person is called liability of the first person. Once again, liability means what? Debt, D-E-B-T, debt or an amount payable by one person to another person is called liability of the first person. See, in business, if we buy some goods, I have to make payments. If somebody buys goods from me, they have to make payment to me. But if I have to make payment for the services, it is called as my liability also. Liability means debt or an amount payable by one person to another person is called liability of the first person. Clear to all of you? If we take loan, then we have to make payment back to them. So this is our liability. I have taken a loan from bank, then I am bound to return it. If I have taken a loan from my friend, borrowed from my friend, then I have to return it. So it is called my liability. This type of transaction occurs in a business, and these are the basic terminologies which are applicable in accountancy, which are known. See, the different words are used in accountancy for certain regular words. Clear to all of you? Now one more definition I am giving you. Bad debts. What is the meaning of bad debts? Bad debts means debts. Debts matlab amount only. Debts which is irrecoverable from debtors is called bad debts. Now bad debts means what? Debt, D-E-B-T, debt. Debt matlab amount. Debt means amount which is irrecoverable, which you cannot recover, which is irrecoverable from debtors is called bad debts. It is a loss to the business. Now you will say, sir, what is the meaning of bad debts and how it occurs? Suppose I am giving you one example. In a business, certain payments are not paid by the other parties. That is a loss to my business. I am giving you my example only. You have joined my classes. Some of you have not paid the fees. You will say, sir, I will pay you in the next month. But before starting of the next month, you left the classes and you have not paid the fees. So see, first today what I will decide, this is my total collection of fees during this year. But out of that, somebody has left the classes and not paid my fees, and that is my loss. So bad debts means debt or amount which is not recoverable from debtors is called bad debts. It is a loss to the business. In my business, if I do not recover certain amounts from my creditors, I have to receive debtors, and that is called my bad debts. If some amount is not recovered from debtors, is called bad debts. Clear to all of you?